of the Force. I'm your host, Jesse Sawyer, nationally recognized inclusive fitness trainer. You can find out more about me by visiting my website at www.jessesawyer.com. Today, for you older adults out there, we have 4 low-impact exercises, high-intensity low-impact exercises for you to try. Now, this is a little more advanced than my normal classes or my normal videos, again, because it is low impact. So when I think of low impact, I'm not thinking about being in that seated position. I'm thinking about being in the standing position and trying some of those exercises that are more impactful, but modified and adapted to make them a little more low impactful for that older adult, so they get the same types of benefits, have the same functionality, and be effective and efficient through that aging process. Now, before we get started, there's a few things that we need to go over, and that is if you have any lightheadedness, pain, dizziness, discomfort, or fatigue, hit the pause, come back a little bit later. The other thing is that virtual reliability. You should always consult with a physician before engaging in any physical activity program. By participating in this online exercise with me, you assume all dangers, hazards, risks of such participation. Exercises demonstrated by the instructor in this online class can be demanding. If you're unable to safely perform these exercises, please modify them or choose a different set of exercises. Number 2, I can't see or I can't hear you, so please pay attention to your form, pay attention to mechanics, mirror me throughout, tuck your belly, tuck your tailbone, lengthen and elongate your spine. And because we're in that standing position, you want to make sure that you're in a nice, solid position, shoulder widths apart, toes over knees, knees over hips, hips over shoulders, and again, relax those shoulders through these movements and motions, because you're going to be doing 4 different low impact exercises with me today. The third one is you want to make sure you're breathing throughout. Pay attention to rate of perceived exertion as well. That's number 4. As this is a 1 through 3. However, we're in that standing position, so that rate of perceived exertion can go up a little quicker because you are doing more low impact exercises. For about 4 to 5 reps of each exercise, 2 to 3 sets. The other thing is, for number 5, is you want to make sure you're hydrated. Walk my feet with me. Hopefully you have some of your water. And again, these exercises should not take too long, 10 to 15 minutes, 4 to 5 reps, 2 to 3 sets. High intensity, low intensity techniques. Here we go. Low impact. Just for you. Those are our goals. First one, modified seal jack. Typically, when you think of a jack, you're thinking of a jack taking those arms up, taking those feet out. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a modified one. So we're going to just bring those arms right in front. And then we're going to take that right leg, we're going to step out. And as we step out, we're going to take that left leg or that right leg as well. So right side with right side, left side with left side. However, we're going to do one side at a time. And you want to be firmly planted on the ground. Nice neutral position. Arms and feet like they are right now with me. And we're going to take that right side, step out. Right hand goes out as well. Right foot comes back in. Right hand comes back. Now we're going to go to the opposite side. So that left side will go out. And then left side comes back in. Right side as well. Right side back in. Left side. Just to show you that one more time. And that would be your modified seal jack or your modified jack. Again, you want to repeat that. Right side, then left side. That's 1. 2 to 3 sets, 4 to 5 reps. Number 2, for that high intensity, low impact type exercising is your skater step. So shoulder width apart with those feet. You want to control those feet. You want to control that movement. And you want your hands to move freely through the motion. So you don't want them to be stiff, you don't want them to be tight, you just want to move freely. I'm going to take this right leg and it's going to step behind that left leg, and I'm going to end up to be on the balls of the feet of that right side. So it's going to look like this. See how I'm on the balls of the feet? Hands are just going to come right like this, and they're just going to move freely. And stay on the balls of the feet, and it's just a skater step. Now, if I was going to do the other side, so you would do one side, and then you would go to the other side. So the other side would look like that as well. Come back, let those arms move freely onto the balls of the feet. As you see, on the balls of the feet. So you can change the angle, you can change the depth of that as well. As I know I have the ottoman right here in my way, so I'm going to move to the side. So you don't have to go back as far, you go right to the side there. And then you go to the side here. Or you can go at a bigger angle, where is most comfortable for you with those angles. And you want to move those hands simultaneously as you go through that motion. Again, one side and then the other side, that's one. And you want to do 4 to 5, 2 to 3 sets. So, or you can stay on just one side and do all your sets on one side or one leg and then go to the other leg. It's a skater step. They're high intensity, but they're low impact for that older adult. And then number 3, we want to get to that modified burpee. Now you can't do a modified burpee if you've ever seen a burpee. That's down on the ground, that's jumping through it, and then that's standing up from that high plank position. We're going to use a chair, or for some of you, you might want to be able to use a countertop. Some could use the ottoman as well. I'm going to use the back of this chair. I could also use the seat of this chair if I wanted to make it a little more difficult and a little higher intensity. It's still low impact because we're now all the way down on the ground. So the first move and first motion I'm going to do for this low impact exercise is I'm going to make sure that that chair is pretty solid and I'm pretty sturdy as well. And I'm going to take my right hand and then I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to put them right here. Now if you see how my back is, it is on that nice neutral angled position, and I want to make sure that my feet are flat. And then I'm going to take one foot back, which would be that right foot, on the balls of the feet. And then I'm going to take that left foot back on the balls of the feet. And now you notice I'm in that plank position. And now I'm going to walk forward with that right, walk forward with that left, shoulder width apart, and then I'm going to stand up, raise my hands. Put the hands back down on that chair. That's one rep. We got 4 to 5 of those, 2 to 3 sets. Take that right foot back, balls of the foot, left foot back. I'm in that high plank position, holding myself there. Right foot forward, left foot forward, lift those hands above my head. That's your modified burpee. Again, you can use a chair, countertop, ottoman, you can use a seat as well, backrest, whichever. Continue to try to add difficulty to that high intensity, low impact exercise for these low impact exercises. 4 will be that. So that was 3. Here's number 4 for you at home. It is going to be the modified mountain climber. So it's going to look the same or very similar to that burpee, where we're going to be standing behind that chair or we're going to be standing behind that counter. And we're going to put that right hand down, that left hand down, and then we're going to take that right foot back, balls of the feet again. Left foot back, balls of the feet, and you're in that high plank position. The only difference now is I'm not taking that foot up and touching and standing up. I'm just going to drive the knee. Sit back down. Drive that left knee. Foot back down. Balls of the feet. Drive the right. Drive the left. Drive the right. Drive the left. And again, you want that head in a neutral position. You don't want that chin tucked, and you don't want to be lifting your head up every single time that you're doing this exercise. The other way you can do it as well, as I hold myself in this high plank position, is you can drive one foot up, drive it back, drive one foot up, drive it back. And then you can just walk them through like this. If holding those knees up is a little too difficult for that core. Again, when you are doing this exercise in that modified mountain climber, you want to engage the core, tuck the belly, tuck the tailbone, and you want to be able to work through that motion. Keep your hands and your feet nice and secured and being on the balls of the feet as well. There you go. 4 low impact exercises for those older adults. High intensity, low impact, the highlight of your day. Peace, my friends, and go in peace. Window, wall, floor, door. Enjoy these exercises. This is another edition of The Force.